From a young age, we are taught that kindness is a virtue. We are told to help others to put their needs ahead of our own. But has anyone ever warned you that being too nice might actually hurt you? What if I told you that excessive kindness could leave you exhausted, disrespected, or even put you in harm's way? People who give too much often find themselves feeling drained, unappreciated, and even manipulated. In today's video, I will reveal 8 hidden dangers of being too nice. More importantly, I will share 4 powerful ways to protect yourself while still being a good person. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. Your support helps spread these valuable life lessons to more people who need them. If you have not subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss any new videos. Also, if you find this video helpful, comment number 1 below. If you do not like it, comment number 0 to let me know how I can improve future videos. Now, let us begin. The hidden dangers of being too nice. Number 1, you expect too much from others. When you are always kind and giving, it is natural to expect the same treatment in return. You may believe that if you are generous with your time, effort, and emotions, others will do the same for you. But in reality, that is not always the case. You are always there for others, helping a friend move, staying up late to comfort them during hard times, dropping everything when they need you. But when you need just one small favor, silence, excuses, they are suddenly too busy and you are left wondering, does my kindness even matter? The Stoics teach that true happiness comes from accepting things as they are, not from expecting reciprocity. Giving should be done without attachment to the outcome. When you expect too much from others, you set yourself up for disappointment. The key is to give from a place of strength, not from a need for validation. Number 2, people start taking you for granted. The more you give, the more people expect from you. Over time, what was once seen as kindness becomes something others take for granted. At first, your kindness is appreciated. A coworker thanks you for helping them meet a deadline. A friend is grateful when you rearrange your schedule for them. But slowly, something changes. The thank yous disappear. Your favors are no longer appreciated, they are expected. In relationships, if you always say yes to favors, people may stop seeing your effort as special and start viewing it as your duty. The Stoics teach that self-respect comes from moderation. Giving is valuable, but it must be balanced. If you do not value your time and energy, why should others? The best way to ensure people appreciate your kindness is to give thoughtfully and set boundaries. When you learn to say no, people will respect you more, and your kindness will be valued instead of expected. Number 3, your own goals get sidelined. When you prioritize others too much, your own life takes a back seat. You may spend so much time helping others that you neglect your own dreams, goals, and responsibilities. Imagine you have a personal project you are passionate about, but every time someone asks for your help, you drop everything to assist them. Over time, you realize that while others are moving forward in their lives, you are stuck in the same place, always prioritizing their needs over your own. The Stoics teach that we must take responsibility for our own lives first. You cannot help others effectively if your own life is in disorder. It is not selfish to focus on your goals, it is necessary. Just before offering help, ask yourself if it will take away from your own progress. If it does, it is okay to step back and focus on yourself. Number 4, people see you as weak. When you never set boundaries, people may start to see you as weak. Being too accommodating can make others believe that you lack confidence or the ability to stand up for yourself. In a group setting, the person who always agrees and never speaks up is often ignored. At work, the employee who never pushes back may be given extra tasks without appreciation. In relationships, the person who always says yes may be seen as someone who can be taken advantage of. The Stoics teach that true strength comes from self-discipline and knowing your worth. If you want others to respect you, you must respect yourself first. Learning to say no is not rude, it is a sign of self-respect. The moment you start setting limits, people will see you as strong and begin to value you more. Number 5, you attract takers, not givers. If you always give without limits, you will attract people who only take. Some people do not appreciate kindness, they exploit it. Think about a friend who only calls when they need something. They never check in on you or offer help in return. Over time, you realize that your relationship is one-sided. You are always there for them, but they are never there for you. The Stoics teach that we should surround ourselves with people who align with our values. Energy attracts energy. If you give without limits, you will draw in those who take without guilt. The solution is not to stop giving, but to be selective about who receives your time and effort. A balanced life means investing in relationships that bring value to both sides, not just to those who take advantage of your kindness. Number 6, you could burn out or even resent others. Constantly putting others first can leave you emotionally and physically drained. When you give too much without receiving anything in return, frustration builds up. Over time, kindness turns into resentment. Imagine always being the one to help, support, and listen, but when you need someone to lean on, no one is there. At first, you tell yourself it is okay, but deep down, you start feeling unappreciated. The more it happens, the more exhausted and bitter you become. The Stoics teach that true generosity is sustainable. If giving is draining you, it is no longer generosity, it is self-neglect. To avoid burnout, you must set boundaries. Give when you have the energy to do so, but do not sacrifice your well-being. If helping others makes you feel used or exhausted, it is a sign that you need to step back and take care of yourself first. Number 7, you risk becoming emotionally dependent. Being too nice can turn into an emotional dependency. When your identity is built around helping others, you may start to feel lost without it. Some people become addicted to being needed. They seek approval through their kindness, believing that their worth is tied to how much they do for others. Over time, they may struggle with self-worth when no one asks for their help. The Stoics teach that true confidence comes from within, not from external validation. Your value is not based on how much you give to others, but on who you are as a person. If you notice that your happiness depends on others needing you, take a step back. Focus on building a strong sense of self outside of helping people. Only when you are whole on your own can you offer kindness in a healthy and balanced way. Number 8, people might even distrust your kindness. Not everyone will see your kindness as a good thing. In a world where selfishness is common, some people may question your intentions. If you are always generous, some might wonder, what do they really want? They may assume you have a hidden motive, even when your actions are pure. This is because many people have encountered kindness that came with strings attached. The Stoics teach that we should do good without worrying about how others perceive us. However, they also remind us to be aware of how our actions are received. If people seem suspicious of your kindness, it may be a sign to adjust your approach. Instead of always giving without limits, practice balance. Be kind, but do not overextend yourself. When kindness is given wisely and in moderation, it is more likely to be respected and appreciated. How to protect yourself while staying kind. Number 1, listen to your feelings. Your emotions are powerful signals. If being kind starts to feel exhausting, frustrating, or one-sided, that is a warning sign. Think about a time when you helped someone but felt drained afterward. Did you feel appreciated, or did it seem like your kindness was expected? If helping others makes you feel used instead of fulfilled, it is time to reassess. The Stoics teach that self-awareness is key to a balanced life. Instead of ignoring your feelings, pay attention to them. Before saying yes to a request, ask yourself, am I doing this out of genuine kindness, or am I afraid of disappointing others? If the answer is the second, it might be time to step back and protect your energy. Number 2, learn to say no without guilt. Many people struggle to say no because they fear disappointing others, but constantly saying yes can lead to exhaustion and resentment. Imagine a coworker who always asks for your help at the last minute. You feel obligated to say yes, even when it disrupts your own work. Over time, this becomes a habit, and they stop respecting your time. The Stoics teach that self-control and discipline are essential for a balanced life. Saying no is not selfish, it is a way to protect your time and energy. You do not need to justify every refusal. A simple, firm response like, I can't right now, but I hope it works out for you, is enough. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. Number 3, prioritize your own time and needs. If you do not protect your time, no one else will. People will always ask for favors, but it is up to you to decide when and how much to give. think about a day off you planned for yourself. But at the last minute, someone asks for your help, and you agree even though you needed that time to rest. Eventually, your personal time disappears, and you feel overwhelmed. And the Stoics teach that discipline is key to a balanced life. Schedule time for yourself as if it were an important meeting. If someone asks for help during that time, politely decline or offer another time that works for you. Prioritizing yourself is not selfish, it is necessary for your well-being. Number 4, recognize and distance yourself from energy vampires. Some people will drain you no matter how much you give. They always need something but never offer anything in return. These people are often called energy vampires. Imagine a friend who constantly complains about their problems but never listens when you need support. No matter how much advice or help you offer, nothing changes. Instead, they leave you feeling exhausted and emotionally drained. The Stoics teach that wisdom comes from knowing where to invest your energy. You cannot fix people who refuse to help themselves. It is not unkind to distance yourself from those who drain you. Instead, focus on relationships that bring mutual support and positivity. Protect your energy by choosing who deserves your time and effort. Final takeaway: being kind is a strength, but only when balanced with self-respect. If you constantly give without limits, you risk exhaustion, resentment, and being taken for granted. True kindness should never come at the cost of your own well-being. The Stoics teach that moderation is the key to a good life. Protect your energy, set boundaries, and choose carefully who deserves your time. When you give wisely, your kindness will be respected, not exploited. Which of these points resonated with you the most? Have you ever felt taken advantage of for being too nice? Let me know in the comments. If this video helped you, like and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. And if you want to dive deeper, check out our ebook on applying Stoicism to everyday life. Thank you for watching.